Hunters Point, where our guest is from, you think about what it means to hustle, to have heart, to hold the heat in the street, you know, and how to maneuver. This man right here, you know, he's definitely somebody who has lived it as he has spit it, who's as authentic and real as they come, hell of an MC, even better per San Francisco, we do this for y'all. Young Lott is with us. Let's get it. Welcome, man.
What's going on with it? What's going on?
What's good, brother?
Man, how y'all doing? Let me get somewhere where y'all can hear me, man. How y'all doing, though?
Hey,
we
good,
good,
man.
we
blessed,
good, we good.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man. Oh, gee, I can come back in. Oh.
Man, look, we're happy to have you. Look. Young, when we first saw you on that joint with that. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
Man, when we first heard that joint, How to Survive, we were like, we need him on the show. We got to have him on the show.
Come on, man.
Ooh,
Man. That's what it is.
That was a flamethrower, man. Whoa. I mean, coming from NorCal, man. I mean, tell us all about yourself. You know, how you got on the mic, you know, inspiration. How you got everybody together.
Well, shit, man, you feel me? Just being locked in, man, you feel me? I like to call it relationships, man. You know, like, you know, fuck the, you know, I mean, we got to get to the money, but it's about relationships, man. You know, coming up where I'm from, you feel me, the Bay, like, we big on relationships, man. We big on connecting with real ones, you feel me? So, how that came about was, my Uncle T Animal hooked me up, you feel me, with 40. You feel me? They've been, you know, long-time friends over there. Yeah, they've been long-time friends for a long time, family, and, he was like, man, 40 known me for a long time, too, you feel me, because I used to be signed with the Road Music, you feel me, out of the South.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all heard of it. Y'all heard of the Road Music?
Not off
the Road Music.
About it,
Yeah. The one that the ice cream paint job.
Okay, yeah, the Road, from Texas.
Yeah, from Texas. So I used to be signed with him, you feel me, like, man, you know, when he first, you feel me, took off. You feel me, or whatnot. So, you know, man, I've been beating up the streets doing my own shit. You feel me, like making noise, you know, where I'm from in the Bay, Frisco, Hunters Point to be exact. I've been doing it for a long time, though, man. But that's how that shit really came together, man. My Uncle T Animal put that play together with me and 40. You know, Black C is on that thing from RBL Posse. He's from the hood where I'm from. So, you know, like, that's how I connected that. And then Mr. Slick, man, you know, he stay fucking with us, you know, like, even though he's from San Diego. But San Francisco. Yeah, you feel me? He's from Dago, man, you feel me? So, you know, Slick been fucking with the Point for many moons, you feel me? So it's like a second home to him, you feel me, when he come to Frisco. And then I had Glasses Malone on it, you feel me? And that's the homie, too. So, man, we just all locked in like that, man. I've been wiggling and beating up these streets for a long time, man.
Man, look, you all came together to create a rocket with that. I got a shout-out, of course, give an extra big shout-out to San Diego, Lincoln Park. Shout-out to CJ. You know, Meatface, Mob Boss, Mitchie, Oso, you know, of course, Brian Anthony out there, man. I mean, 619, do it big all the time, man. Keeping it, you know, all the way live out there, man. Shout out to my real shit, man.
And I don't want to leave nobody out, though. You feel me? So, man, my brother, man, that's on the talk box, named West Coast Stone, man. Shout out to West Coast Stone and the Mechanics, man, from Oakland, California, man.
We
producing that
had a
motherfucker.
bill with them a long time ago.
Yeah, tell Forax and Kenny we need him back on the show. Tell him we need him back. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir.
And I mean, of course, West Coast Stone, all those, you know, those guys, you know, great individuals, super talented musicians, you know, and we've been blessed to interview both of them. You know, of course, Mechanics and West Coast Stone, both of them in terms of it. So tell us about what was your introduction into rap, Young, in terms of what made you want to MC, and tell us about that deal about how you ended up with the Row on the first run of everything.
Man, so with the Row on the first run, man, it's a trip, right? Like I was making noise, man. This shit was about about 15 years ago. I was making noise, you know, where I'm from in my region, Northern California and whatnot. And Blood came up here, man, you feel me, in a van. You feel me, with his brothers and shit. You feel me? Like, he came up to the Bay, man, in a van, man. I'm like, man, I fuck with this nigga, right? And it was crazy because they was DJ Man and Big Vine, which is, you know, big DJs from where I'm from, up here, you feel me, in Northern California, was spinning the fuck out of his record. And I was like, man, who the fuck is this? This sounds like some bass shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, who is this? And like, you feel me? And it was crazy because Blood was right there. You feel me? When I was talking to him, you feel me? And it was like, he like, man, that's me. I'm like, man, fuck nah, that ain't. I'm like, nigga, this sound like some bass shit. You feel me? So he was like, man, that's me. You feel me? So man, we just ended up connecting like that, man. Me and DeRoe, like, man, you feel me? Been clicked up. You feel me? Up ever since that happened. You feel me? Like, man, that's my brother. You feel me? Like, man, wish that brother nothing but greatness, man. You feel me? Like, man, I appreciate everything he done for a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just doing what I'm doing, man. I love doing this shit. I've been doing this shit since I was 4. So I just love doing this shit.
Wow.
That's all I'm doing. What's up?
Now, in terms of the Bay, when we think about the history of it, there are the monumental figures, the Mount Rushmore. You know, of course, it starts with E40. Well, not E40. I mean, Too Short starts with Uncle Short. Then we get into Mac Dre. We get into Richie Rich. We get into E40. You know, so you're looking at all of that history there. And shout out to my homegirl, Taisha, stay out, you know, in 60s. And she was saying about how, you know, because she's been up to y'all town, man. And she's like, there is no hustle like there is in the Bay in terms of how y'all move, in terms of the music to everything else. Hunter's Point is also, Hunter's Point is also a distinguishing place because that's where O.J. Simpson is from as well. So you all have that innate way of surviving. But it's not just relegated to just Hunter's Point in terms of San Francisco because you got so many others. You got Boo Banger, you got Big Rich, of course San Quinn, Rappin' Forte, you know, Andre Nicotina.
That's the field side.
San Francisco, all of it, man. You know, so it's like all in general just, you know what I'm saying, you know, resonate great. What is it like to know that you come from such a distinguished culture, such a proud tradition of legendary MCs?
Could you repeat that again? I couldn't really hear you. You went in and out on that last.
Yeah. What is it? How does it feel to know that you're carrying on the legacy and the legendary of such notable and distinguished legends out there in terms of you're following in the footsteps that they laid? Well, not even following because you've been doing it for so long, but maintaining that tradition and being part of that fabric of legendary. How does it feel?
Man, to be honest, man, it's a blessing. You know, like, because all them cats that you named off, I really know them cats. It ain't just, you know, through this music shit. It's really like coming up, growing up. You know, matter of fact, we just did this Stop the Violence Peace Prevention rally like a few days, and I was on the panel with Big Red, RBL Posse, and a few others you feel me that you named. And, you know, like I said, it's just a blessing to be up here with these brothers, you feel me, knowing the adversity and the struggles that we all been through coming up out of San Francisco, California. Because, you know, San Francisco, California get overlooked, man, a lot. You know, and like you said, it's a lot of great individuals that come from San Francisco, California, but we just don't get our just due. And, you know, I'm not saying that to be sounding like, you know, nigga begging for no sympathy or no empathy or none of that, but it's just real shit. A lot of game rain up out of that San Francisco, California.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something to be known about it, you know, in terms of when you look at it. I mean, even with the pimping out there, when you look at legends like Phil Mo Slim and all those guys come out of there. So it's definitely known for a lot. Pretty much when you put your first project together in terms of the music, what was it like in terms of those early days of creation, getting an opportunity to put out your, your project? Tell us about the first one that you did in terms of what your vision was and what you wanted to bring to the table.
So my thing, what I always wanted to bring to the table was something new, like, you know, and I also was just giving everybody like my family really called me like the voice of the streets, because I give you, you know, what's going on in the streets, like, because I really experienced it. So the shit that I'm giving you, I either experienced it, I lived it, been through it, or I seen it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm not no news reporter. I don't just pop up when shit happens. But you feel me? I either was there and I can rap about it, or I lived it. You get what I'm saying? So what I bring to the table, man, I bring energy, I bring motivation, I bring inspiration, and I feel like I bring substance to the game. You know, it's not a lot of substance in this game no more. So, you know, if you had to put me on a plate, man, I'm definitely shaking potatoes.
Where do you think the game changed a lot in terms of how the music began to kind of not necessarily, and it's not all hip-hop, because a lot of it, like you and so many others, are still keeping it real, but we've seen what's being marketed now for being popular isn't necessarily the best representation. Where do you think in the game it started to change?
I want to say when the internet struck, when the internet took over, because like man, when the internet happened, the game changed a whole lot. Like if I had the internet back when I was a young nigga, then I'd be further along. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of niggas would be further along if they had the internet like they got it today. You know what I'm saying? Because now it don't take much to really get heard or get seen. You could be anybody the fuck you want to be now. Like, you know, niggas don't even like you know, you don't even get block tested or approved no more. You know what I'm saying? Niggas could be whoever they want to be on this internet.
There's a whole bunch of level goofiness going on, man. Like, you can camouflage and be whatever. You can go ahead and come up there with prop money, pretend it's a whole stack, and you can be any other character that you want.
Man, anybody, man. You know, and I mean, you know, I'm not knocking, you know, what's going on, because I mean, I love what's going on. Don't get me wrong, because it makes it a little bit easier, but also it changed a lot of rules to this game. That's why, you feel me, the youngsters ain't respecting the older niggas, and the older niggas ain't respecting the youngsters, and that's why we all fucked up right now as a people.
Yeah. When we think about it today, Lott, when we look at what's going on, like you said, the internet, what we're seeing now is, shout out to Uncle Rich. You know, we had him on a couple times, and he broke down to us what the rules were when you were coming up into town, you know, rapping, because it was something that, especially for a lot of OGs getting behind you, but their thing was, you wasn't getting in the studio in terms of putting out any music until they knew you were right, because there's just a different type of brand. Yeah, you know, and it's just a different type of branding when you come from Frisco or Oakland, you know, Vallejo, you know, of course, San Jose, 408, young homie out there, you know, Drew Deasy representing heavy out there. Shout out to Big Drew, you know, so it's like, it's something that you really, it's just something extra with y'all out there that it really means something to get your music out. When we look at the sonic landscape, need to be heard, man. Yeah. When you look at a lot of the artists, of course, Mac Dre, one of my favorites ever. And Mac Dre is a legend out there, because obviously you all knew him or knew of him. Why was Mac such a force in Northern California, the Bay Area in general? What made him so legendary that influenced all of you?
Just, man, his creativeness, man, his genuineness. You feel me? Like, man, Mac was here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mac wasn't doing nobody else, man. He was doing Mac. You know what I'm saying? And he made motherfuckers, like, he didn't make motherfuckers love him because, you feel me, he was just one of them type of niggas, man. You know, I got to meet him once. You know what I'm saying? And Hot Dog is nice, man. And the nigga embraced me. You feel me? He was like Jack. Him and Jack and Mac was like two of the same to me. Just, you know, two different niggas. You know, like, they always embrace niggas with love. And you feel me? I learned a lot of that from them brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to show love to get love, man.
Yeah. In terms of E40, because you and him have such a history, E40 is one of, you know, our favorite MCs ever. And he is an MC. For those who don't know, you know, Earl Stevens is just every bit the MC of everybody. You know, of course, D-Shot, Be Legit, you know, Sugar T, the whole stick with it. great to see tradition carried on with Drew P, a.k.a. Drewfitter, to see him getting into the game, producing and doing it for such a long time.
Right.
What, in terms of getting, what was that first meeting like when you and 40 first clicked up so many years ago?
Say that again?
What was that meeting like when you met 40 for the first time years back in terms of when y'all clicked up? What was that like?
Man, it was crazy, man, because it's like I grew up on 40. I mean, you know, like my mama, you feel me, played E40. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, Pops played E40. So that's one of my mama's favorite rappers. Matter of fact, that is my mother's favorite rapper besides me. You get what I'm saying? Like, and like, yeah. I don't know if motherfuckers really pay attention, but I brought my mama, you feel me, and my pops with me when we shot that video. You feel me? I didn't bring my niggas from the block. I didn't bring nothing. I brought my mother and my father, and 40 was like, man, I fuck with you, Lott.
Oh, wow.
You solid. You know what I'm saying? You solid. I said, man, I had to do that, man. You feel me? Man, my mama who put me on to you, you know what I'm saying?
That's
so,
love right
you know,
there.
it's just like, and meeting him for the first time back then, like, it was a quick little handshake. But this time when we met, it was off my bigness. You know what I'm saying? So it meant even that much more. You know what I'm saying? And get to do that, experience that shit with my mother and my father and 40, man, that was some monumental shit for me. You know what I'm saying? And me and 40 talk like almost every day now. You know what I'm saying?
Same with Plug Lott. Tell 40 we would love to have him on the show if he'll come on. We're just saying.
Hey, I definitely drop. Hey, I can't make no promises, but I definitely drop a plug in his ear, man. You feel me?
Definitely, look. Hey,
we gonna treat it. We gonna give him the whole. We gonna give him the whole table. You know how they do in the mafioso movies when the OG come in. We gonna give him the whole table straight up. Pay for champagne and everything.
Look, surf and turf,
right?
Everything. When you decided to make this a career, Lott, what was it like to have the support of your parents? Because so many, young artists who come in don't always have that support or encouragement. What was it like to have your parents there really, really support you in terms of what you wanted to do?
Well, first and foremost, just to clear that up, man, I always had my mother in my corner, you feel me? Like my father, you feel me? Like I got my father now, you feel me? And it's a beautiful thing, you feel me? But my pops, man, was going off drugs and shit, you feel me, in the streets, you feel me? But I got him back now, so I try not to, elaborate too much on the negative shit. I try to talk about the positive side, but, man, having my mother, you feel me, and my pops now, you feel me, like, on the upside, man, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, it's a lot of niggas that miss that, you know what I'm saying, and ain't able to have that, you feel me? So, I take, man, what's the word I'm looking for? I take that shit into big consideration because a lot of people don't have that, man. You feel me? And just to have my parents in my life, you feel me, still standing by me, you feel me, through all the shit that I've been through. And man, you feel me? I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world, big bro.
Definitely. What is it like in terms of people? In terms of when you see a lot of artists out there who try to talk about the experience of the street but actually live in it? How important is it for artists to understand that it's okay to not necessarily have to be street-related in your rhymes, that you can articulate yourself, you can express yourself in a fashion that is just authentic for your life? We look online, everybody, it's like everybody's like the biggest dope dealer, everybody's a shooter, everybody supposedly is this boss, and we know that's not the case for everybody because everybody's upbringing ain't the same with it.
Nah, it's definitely not the case no more. We're not even in a proving stage no more. Like, when I was coming up, you had to really prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you couldn't even come outside. You feel me? The OGs would get on your ass if, you feel me, like, nigga, what you doing, nigga, right now? Nigga, you need to be at school. Nigga, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no, you got to prove who you is type shit now. But even though it's a lot of followers now, it's not a lot of leaders. A lot of people just following others. You know what I'm saying? They following others thinking that shit cool. And we all victim of the shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I rap about certain shit but it transpired. I rap about certain shit that, like I said, I lived, I seen, or I did. You feel me? And I know a lot of motherfuckers say that because that's what this rap shit it consists of. Like, oh man, they want to hear that. But man, if you really listen a lot, really a fan of Lott, then you know I don't do that shit to you all the time. I'm giving you real game on how this life go. Like, you know, how to up yourself in your life. You know what I'm saying? Get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it could be ugly this way. It could be beautiful too. But it's about what you choose and how you gonna make your life, because it's your decision.
Absolutely.
Too many blinds leading the blind.
Say that again?
It's too many blind people leading the blind.
Yeah, definitely, man. Man, Pac said it best, man. The blind leading the blind. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, man, it's unfortunate, man, because we losing a lot of potential leaders, man. You feel me? Like, man, people don't know, man. You feel me? Black people, man, we the most powerful people in the world, but we don't recognize it, man. The world want to do everything we do. You know what I'm saying? They want to do everything we do. I heard the brother, you feel me, that he said he was a Crip, right? You feel me, on here? He was like, man, but we black first. You know what I'm saying? That's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. Like, we is black first. You feel me? Nigga, that's the color. But to make it get a little deeper, no, we not black. You feel me? That black is just the color. That's an absence of color. You know what I'm saying? That's something that they said that we is. You feel me? We Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? That's what we is. We are the chosen people. We the indigenous people. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. When you think about the new generation coming out of the Bay Area, who are some of the people in your town representing Frisco that you really rocking with? Who's coming up?
Say that again.
In terms of your part of the town in Frisco, who's some of the new artists out there coming up that you really rock with?
That I really rock with, or that's coming up now?
Well, who's coming up that you really rock with, or just who's making the come up in general?
Oh, I mean, I rock with my whole hood, man. You know, like, I'm not one of them. See, me, I'm different, man, and I know a lot of niggas be like, oh, man, that nigga say he rock with everybody, and everybody don't get along. But see, that's me. I stand out like a sore thumb. Don't follow niggas. I always been a leader. That's why I'm still here at doing what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of them niggas that say, I don't fuck with niggas. I don't fuck with them niggas because them niggas from over there. Nah, nigga, I got love over there. I got love where you at. You feel me? Why? Because niggas respect me, or I done got down over there and niggas know who I am. And I ain't never been on no sucker shit. So, really, I fuck with my whole hood. I fuck with the whole city. Now, do the whole city fuck with Lott? I don't know. I can't answer that. But at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck. You feel me? Because God brought me in this motherfucker, and I'm going to shine like the star that I am.
And that's important to have that type of, resolve, and that confidence doing what you do. As you've gotten doing your music over the years, Lott, how important is it for you, and how important is it for artists in general to really, really connect with the audience out there in terms of really being among the people, knowing what everybody wants to hear in the street, and just being approachable, not always accessible, because you can't give everybody accessibility, but you can be approachable in terms of respect. Some artists don't understand that, some do. How important is it in terms of maintaining your presence and respecting the hood, being approachable and being, semi-available in terms of talking to people just about town politics?
Right. I mean, your network is only, your network is only big as your network, man. You feel me? Real talk. If you don't network, that's just going to show you feel me, how big your network will ever be. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it ain't always about money. It's about relationships. So, I understand you can't be friends with everybody. We ain't made to be friends with everybody. But at the end of the day, it's like if we hitting on the same frequency and we can talk and we talking about some real shit, then we gonna lock in. But if you ain't on no real shit, we might don't lock in. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't care how you feel at the end of the day, because I gotta keep me right. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go home to my family at the end of the day. You feel me? I might don't vibe with you at the end of the day. But that's just how it is, man. And that's why we got a lot of confusion out here, man. It's just like a lot of people trying to force things, and sometimes you can't force shit. Like, you feel me? Like the How to Survive G-Mix. Niggas ask me how that shit came about. That's God. That's aligning with the stars. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You feel me? You would never hear 40 and Missy Slick and Black C from RBL Posse on one song. You'd never hear that. With Glasses Malone. You'll never hear that. You feel me? God did that. Young Lott did that. I put that shit together.
What was it like reaching out to Kenny Tweed, Four Racks or the Mechanics? How did you? I mean, because those guys are just unbelievable in terms of. I mean, when you just look at some of their production credits over the years, and I was a little late getting on them, but the first song I ever heard from them was from years back. Rest in peace, Slim 400. It was Mozzie's Hit and Run. This is back in 2016 when I first really got up on them. And, of course,
right.
Jay Stalin was on it. And I was like, wow. And I went back in the catalog and I was like, okay, these niggas like really got some flappers in the clip.
Definitely.
How did that relationship come about?
With me and Mozzie?
Well, with the Mechanics. I mean, if you know Mozzie too, please tell us that story as well.
Man,
we fuck with Mozzie heavy.
Yeah. Now me and Four Racks, man, that's like my brother, man. That's my Sagittarius brother, man. We've been rocking for a long, like I said, man, just being outside, young niggas being outside with the big homies, man, watching the big homies get down and and seeing how they move. You feel me? And that showed us how to move, man. And now we the pioneers of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now we becoming the pioneers of this shit just by watching our big homies and watching the the older ones that did it before us that laid the foundation. But man, that's my brother, man. I love him and Tweed, man. You feel me? Like, man, them brothers is They the most slept on producers, man, out of the fucking Bay Area. If you ask me, they one of them for sure.
Man, those guys are fucking insane on them tracks, man. I mean,
yeah, them boys, man, is shit. They miracle workers, man. You feel me?
Look. I mean, it's an extension of what Helen Keller did. For those who know that story, the miracle worker, because I mean, for some of the stuff that they've done, especially really. Expanding on the mob sound, heavy drums, heavy bass rather, hand snares. It just, when you hear them, it's not just for Oakland per se, it's for all of Northern Cali. They just encompass that whole essence of what it means to really be out on the block doing what you do. Of course, you got guys, representing Oakland, Shot the Filthy, representing Cemetery, you got, Jay Stalin, you got Stevie Joe, Lil Blood, it's just so many of y'all from Frisco to Oakland. I mean,
definitely. And don't forget about Richmond. Richmond, man, that's what I'm saying, man. The Bay,
Richmond,
the Bay got so many people, man. It's just like, man, I don't know, man. Like, they come steal the game from the Bay, man, and then run with it.
Yeah, and I mean, but the thing is, people don't understand how much you all have given to us from the soil of the genius that grew from the toil. Especially when you look at your man, MB Nell. Shout out MB Nell, Money Boy Nell, representing, doing his thing. I mean, it's like you all just keep blossoming all types of just. What does it mean to be town approved? Because one thing we've learned about this lot is when we see artists come out, not everybody gets to that worldwide acclaim. And you know what? I tell any artist coming up in the game, we've interviewed so many. You may be, you may be well known, you may be hood known, but my thing is the music that your music is supposed to reach is who it's supposed to get to, and as long as they genuinely respect and support, that's all that matters. And one thing about it is, I think everybody talks about how, when they don't always get that support from the hood, it's like, man, niggas is hating, niggas is trying to hold me back. Shout to Rusty Jux. We had him on the show some years back, and Rusty said something that was so simple, yet it was so on point. Can't nobody stop you from doing what you want to do. You know?
You in your own way, man. You feel me? I learned that. That's what I'm saying, and that shit takes time, man. Like, you gotta put the work in, man. You feel me? Like, any nigga that's complaining and you 30 something, bro, it ain't nobody hating on you, nigga. It's you. You feel me? Like, nigga, if you don't work, you don't eat. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get up and you don't feed yourself, nigga, you gonna starve.
Right.
Like, real life, man. That's just real life, man. You feel me? Matter of fact, I'm about to make that a shirt. If you don't feed yourself, nigga, you gonna starve.
That's
in this day and age.
I mean, that's a message, and that's
you
something
know,
where I think a lot of
That's 1 + 1, man. That's what equals 2. That's simple math.
Absolutely. So tell us about your new project that you got working on right now.
Man, definitely, man. I just dropped that Lott Pack Big. I don't know if y'all up on that, man, but that got that has the remix on it. Not the one. Matter of fact, it has the remix on it, but the one with Glasses Malone. Man, you feel me? Shout out my brother Glasses Malone, man. I know he wanted to really be a part of that video, but I know he was going through some family things. So, man, you know, shout out to, you feel me, big brother, man, Glasses Malone. And, you know, we got a lot of shit. We got a video out there.
Times. Yeah, we got times. Great guy.
Yeah, man. You know, we got a song out there called "Keep It On Me" featuring Lil Bean. Y'all can go check that out too, man. But I just dropped the album Lott Pack Big October 22nd. You feel me? That just dropped. You feel me? And now I'm working on the last season. I'm getting ready to drop. You feel me? 12/12/22.
Okay. And what was the process in terms of you putting it together, in terms of how you wanted to really, because I know for each album, for each project, you have a different vision for. What was the vision for what you just dropped and what you're about to drop?
So, man, basically the vision on the Lott Pack Big, man, it was just like, why not put myself amongst the greats? You know, even though they're not here no more, but I looked up to Biggie, I looked up to Pac, and, you know, like, I want to put myself on that pedestal, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to push myself up. If nobody else don't believe in me, I'm going to believe in me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm a great. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. My mama said they're telling me I'm great all my life. So, you know, and obviously that means something, because, you feel me, I'm on this interview talking to y'all, and the world fuck with me is the same. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you just got to put that work in. You got to show them that you're great. Show them who you are. You feel me? Michael Jordan didn't just become Michael Jordan in one night. You feel me? Floyd Mayweather just didn't become Floyd Mayweather in one night. You know what I'm saying? Stephen Curry didn't just become Steph. You feel me? Just by putting up 15 shots. No, he shot that ball 1,000,000 times.
What you said, Lott, that is really something. It's called affirmation, especially for our babies coming up in the hood. How important is it for our young black children to hear that from their parents, that they are loved, that they are supported, that they are great, and that their parents will be with them, you know, through the highs and the lows? Because especially for us, we go through so much in this country, this society, the world at large.
Right.
How important is it for us to instill that confidence, that foundation, as Exhibit spoke on in his song, that support system for our children?
Right.
What does that mean to ensure our future generations' success?
If I could tell the younger generation, anything, consistency is key. That's what builds confidence. Consistency, dedication, hard work. You know, I understand, you know, those affirmations that sometimes could be overbearing, but long as you do it and you steady tell yourself that every day, because I steady got to tell myself that every day. I tell my 3 sons that every day. You could do it. You feel me? Don't ever think you can't. You feel me? Can't shouldn't even be in your vocabulary. You can. You feel me? Like I said, we the most powerful people on this planet. You feel me? So when you really say that shit, it's words, it's power in the tongue. And if you say, man, I can't do it, then you really ain't gonna be able to do it. It's just like doing a push-up. You feel me? You don't know what you could push up if you ain't never got on the ground and pushed that motherfucker.
Exactly. About being a father, Lott, what does that mean in terms of how it is added on to your career, in terms of, you know, your creative process? Because obviously, you know, you got 2 sons, you know, you're raising as kings, you know, from princes, to carry on tradition, to have a lasting legacy. What does it mean to be a father in terms of, you know, your career, and what the responsibilities are as being an artist, secondly, and a dad first?
Man, to be a father, man, is everything to me. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought music saved my life. I'm going to say my kids saved my life. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at some real time, you feel me, when I had my first son, and God blessed me in that situation. You know, all charges were dropped against me. And, you know, like when I got out, man, I kissed the ground. And there's no lie. It's real shit. I kissed the concrete. You feel me? And I told God, like,
nothing wrong with that.
if I could do anything, I just want to show my kids that it's a better way. It's a different way to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my father wasn't there when in my younger years. You feel me? When I was coming up, so I know what it's like. You feel me? To have an absent father in your life. You feel me? So it was just like, nah, I got to do something different. And right now, while I'm on this interview right now, I'm watching my son, my oldest son right now. He's his senior year. You feel me? He's better linebacker right now. You feel me? At his varsity game. You feel me? I'm trying to get back to that. He just, matter of fact, just talk about it. He just got the fucking fumble. Let's go!
There it is.
Let's go! Baby, look. That's how you know right there. Affirmation, man. Believe in yourself, man. Believe in yourself, man. That ain't no bullshit. I wish I was on FaceTime because I would show y'all that right now.
Look at God, man. I mean,
hey, come on, man. He's moving.
What is it like to see him out there and knowing that as a father that you have really, 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 you're guiding him, you've continued to guide him and his brother, you know, and to know that he's still destined for great things to come. What is that? What does that feel like? What is that? Just that exhilaration and all of that.
Man, it's a like I said, man, I don't even know what to say. It's just a blessing. Like, you know, because, man, rest in peace, my brother, man, Psycho Mike, man, he ain't even here no more to, you know, to experience this with his son, man, you know, and it's man, I don't know, like, it's just, it's some shit that I can't even fathom to speak, man, because just to be here to see them do things that I wish I could have done, the shit is just, man, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Man, look, it's just I know that's got to be one of the greatest gifts that you have being a father. And in terms of the music, you know, I know that motivates you to go hard on whatnot. Now you pretty much have done this on an independent level for a minute. If an opportunity came for you to go to a major, would you do it, or are you more comfortable working from the independence of releasing your products when you want to and having your vision executed, being unobstructed by somebody else's vision?
Man, to be honest, I've been asked this question a lot, and I love being independent, don't get me wrong, but if I had a situation presented to me that would change my family life, maybe we could talk. We could sit down. We could talk. But if it's got anything to do with me selling my soul or me doing anything that I don't agree with, they could keep that shit. You feel me? I just keep pushing the way God want me to push.
How important is it for artists, Lott, to understand, to maintain their integrity and their heart in terms of understanding that you may have a great situation come up with a major movement, but all money is not good money? Because we see artists who talk about, you know, I'm trying to get this deal. King started this 8 years ago. I've been part of it for the past 5. We've been blessed to talk to so many people on air, off air about the ins and outs of the deals in terms of signing a major or being independent. What do people have to understand about what that means in terms of having your business in order and how to really, really, really know if you're going to sign a deal, how to make sure you get the most out of it?
Make sure you got an entertainment lawyer. And when you do got an entertainment lawyer, make sure it's another lawyer watching that entertainment lawyer and another one watching that lawyer. You know, it's like this game is not to be trusted, man. It was built off of mistrust. It was built off of people not being loyal to motherfuckers. We see it all day long. I mean, they beat Michael Jackson. They beat Whitney Houston. They beat, you feel me, shit, TLC. They beat everybody, you know, all the way to the greats, you know, all the way down to, you know, like, man, people of y'all time probably coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is repeated history. So it's like how you not get beat is man, do your homework, research. The shit is here for us now. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody be an idiot no more. You just being lazy if you don't Google nothing. You know what I'm saying?
All the information is out here already.
Yeah, the answer is out here, man. And if you can't find the answer, somebody will help you out with it. You know, just don't listen to a motherfucker telling you. Do the research yourself. Do the research yourself, man. That's one thing I learned. You feel me? I was that young dumb nigga that listened to everybody coming up. You feel me? And I had to change that narrative. You feel me? Like, nah, I'm not doing that. Nigga, I'm gonna go find out for myself.
And that's important. I think a lot of people really have to understand that when you're dealing with something that is going to be your life, no matter what you do, whether you work a job or whether you get into music, which is a job in itself as well, you always want to make sure that you're going to maximize the most out of it and look at every outlet in terms of understanding that there's a plan that has to be executed. You know, when we look at guys like Nip, rest in peace, Nip had had a vision. Yes, I mean, he had such a vision in terms of what he was going to do. When you look at guys like 50 Cent, you know, with 50 in terms of how, for those that have not read the 50th Law that 50 Cent wrote with Robert Greene, you all need to read that book. From Pieces to Weight is a great book. That's 50's autobiography. But the 50th Law is basically about the hustle that 50 applied in terms of, you know, the streets and how he worked that into the industry in terms of, you know, becoming the mogul that he is. It's all about being able to understand the climate and execute. And sometimes artists out there really don't look at the whole picture. Sometimes it's not about what's present. It's about what's coming next and how do you capitalize on that to make the most of it.
Real talk. And some people just happy with being what they are, man. Like that's the whole hype. I learned to not go over and beyond for nobody that's not gonna go over and beyond for themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's just like some people was happy with, like I was just talking to my one of my big cousins. I'm like, some niggas is happy to be the black monster that they is. Some people is happy to be nigga the king of their city. Nigga, but I'm trying to be nigga, fuck the king of the world. I don't even want to be that, nigga. I just want to be successful. I want my family taken care of. You feel me? And I don't care. Like, I've been popular all my life. Some niggas is just fighting to be popular. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas doing this shit just to be seen. Like, you feel me? And to be heard, because they never been heard. Nobody listened to them niggas. You feel me? Nobody never listened to their story or what shit like that. Some niggas just want to, man, they, you know, you get them niggas, man, that just be talking, they be long-winded. It's like, okay, my nigga, we get you. Like, okay, it's over now. Let the next nigga speak.
And what do heads have to understand about getting online with all the foolishness, trying with all these antics and asinine acts? Like you said, Lott, true popularity is genuine because it means you have a charisma, it means you have a glow, it means people have an affinity towards you because you represent something authentic and tangible and real. You have something in abundance of a genuine aura that cannot be duplicated. And a lot of times we see artists get out here on social media trying to play that role like they're really that guy, you know, when they really are. How important is it to stay true to yourself and know who you are every day you wake up?
Man, very true. Very true. If you ain't being true to yourself, shit, how could you be true to anybody else? And if you're a real motherfucker, you gonna read between the lines, man. You feel me? Like, it ain't that hard, man, to see somebody fake. You know? It's just like putting a fake chain on your neck. You feel me? That shit gonna start itching or it's gonna turn green. It's gonna tarnish. You gonna start fading.
Gonna catch that rash.
Yeah.
You feel me? Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Leave that mark.
Real recognize real, man. You feel me? And you know, the fake want to be the real all the time. You know. So I mean, all I can say is distance yourself away from fake motherfuckers. If you hang around 5 fake motherfuckers, you're gonna be the 6th fake motherfucker.
Fact.
Absolutely. You know, and that's all about in terms of the company you keep. Either you're going to be incorporated into something great or you'll be bankrupt in character and personality. It's all about that circle you are in, and that's the most important thing.
Real life. Real life.
But real dope, man.
Definitely.
We almost about to wrap this thing up shortly, man. We had a dope bill with you. Tell people where we can find you on your social media handles and where they can purchase your music.
Definitely, man. Y'all can definitely find me, man, on IG at Young Lott Flood. That's YUNGLOTTFLOOD. That's on all my handles. That's on Twitter. That's on, you feel me? I was about to say MySpace. Good luck. You know, I really come from that old shit.
We all do. It's okay.
Hey, Facebook, man. Facebook, IG, YouTube. Just Young Lott, man. You feel me? I'm here. I'm here, man. You feel me? Make sure y'all, man, tune in. Google me, man. You feel me? Go look at the new motherfucking video I just dropped, man, with E40, Mitchie Slick, Black Sea, RBL Posse, West Coast Stone, produced by the Mechanics, man. You know, and I'm gonna stay continuing giving y'all, man. You feel me? My life, you feel me? And this real shit, this authentic shit.
And Lott, most importantly, you're welcome back anytime, man. So anytime you got some
Man,
heat to
appreciate
send
y'all.
us,
Appreciate y'all having me, man.
Definitely.
No doubt.
All right, man. So peace, God bless. Tell your son get that stat before the game's out. What school? Before we go,
Yes,
what
sir.
school are you
Yes,
looking
sir.
at going to? Because if it's a Nike school, we need some merchandise. We got to get some of the stuff to support. Where's he looking at going?
Oh man, he want to go to Oregon, man. So you feel me? Like, man, you know, if God say the same, Lord willing, you feel me? We gonna forever live out our dreams for sure.
Definitely, Eugene. Here he comes. All right.
Yeah, off top. You feel me? He get there, man. I'll make sure y'all get some tickets.
We appreciate it. Look, if we can't get out to Eugene, tell him send us as much football stuff. For me, I wear a XX. Tell him send as many shoes, T-shirts, shorts, especially the shoes, because I'm a sneakerhead, so I know the type of stuff Oregon gets, and I'm a Nike guy, so yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. But Lott, once again, thank you so much, man. God bless to you and yours. Stay up and stay full of
Same
love
to
and
y'all,
real,
family.
man.
Same
We
to
appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, for sure.
Always, brother.
All right, one love.
And one, peace. And King, take us on out of here, man.